In the dazzling, fast-paced heart of Lagos, where dreams are as bright as the city lights and fortunes are made and lost in a blink, lived a stunningly beautiful young woman named Bimbo. She had eyes full of stars and a heart hungry for a life beyond her means. Tired of being a hookup girl dating broke men with big promises, she watched the happening babes of Lagos from the sidelines, sipping champagne in their designer outfits, and she knew she wanted in. Her ticket arrived in the form of Chief Adekana, a wealthy, older widower whose pockets were as deep as his loneliness. With a calculated smile and honeyed words, Bimbo captivated him, painting herself as a woman seeking wisdom and stability, not just wealth. The chief, charmed by her beauty, swooped her into a life of luxury. Almost overnight, she traded her cramped apartment for a beautiful boys' quarter in his lavish Lekki compound. She had shiny new cars on demand, a generator that never failed, and a wardrobe overflowing with expensive clothes. But this new life came with invisible bars. The chief was strict and old-fashioned, choosing her clothes and questioning her friends. Bimbo had everything she thought she wanted but found herself a lonely, beautiful bird in a gilded cage. Her only constant companion was Tond, the chief's young, handsome driver. Quiet, serious, and with dreams of his own, Tond initially was just a respectful presence behind the wheel. But stuck in endless Lagos go-slows, a fragile connection began to form. They started talking about real things, their hopes, their frustrations. Bimbo discovered he was studying computer science, driving to support his family and his dreams. Unlike the chief, who talked at her, Tom listened to her. He saw the loneliness behind her glamorous facade. One rainy afternoon, trapped in a car with the windows fogged up, a comforting touch turned into a gentle handhold, and a dangerous, electric spark ignited between them. They began a heart-pounding game of stolen moments. Theirs became a silent language of longing glances in the rearview mirror, whispered conversations by the laundry lines, and secret smiles across a crowded room. The thrill of their hidden love made Bimbo feel truly alive for the first time, even as a shadow of guilt over the kind chief loomed over her. She was falling deeply, dangerously in love with a man who could offer her nothing but his heart, while she lived in a palace paid for by another's money. It was the sweetest poison, and she was willingly drinking it. But love has a light that is impossible to hide. A house girl, Kemi, with watchful eyes, noticed the lingering touches and secret looks. The chief, already sensing a change in Bimbo, heard the whispers. The carefully built walls of their secret began to crack. The confrontation was quiet and devastating. The chief, heartbroken and furious, didn't shout. He simply laid out the evidence with a cold, final disappointment that was worse than any anger. He asked her if the life he provided wasn't enough. Then, he delivered his sentence. In a brutal, swift moment, the storm broke. Ton was fired and escorted off the property. Bimbo was cast out with nothing but the clothes on her back. The giant iron gates of the compound clanged shut behind her, the sound echoing the finality of her loss. She stood on the dusty, chaotic street, her luxurious life vanished, replaced by a terrifying emptiness. What followed was a harsh awakening to a reality she had long forgotten. She and Ton tried to build a life together in his cramped, noisy room in Ajigona. But the dream of their love quickly crumbled under the weight of hunger, poverty, and constant stress. The arguments began. The magic that sparkled in the shadows of the compound couldn't survive the harsh Lagos sun. The final blow came when Bimbo saw the chief's car drive past with a new, beautiful woman in her old seat. Her life had been replaced as easily as changing a light bulb. She was filled with a profound regret, heavier than any gold bracelet. She had traded certainty for a fleeting dream and lost it all. With a sad, peaceful understanding, she and Tom let each other go. Their love was a beautiful dream, but Lagos was a city that demanded you wake up. Bimbo left the city and started over in a small town with a distant aunt. She began frying akara by the roadside, her hands now stained with oil but her heart finally her own. She had learned the hardest lesson of all, that all that glitters is not gold. Sometimes, it's just a beautiful trap. And the things that are truly precious, like peace, self-respect, and a love that doesn't demand a secret, are worth more than all the champagne in the world. Her regret was deep, but from its ashes, she built a new, humble, and honest life, forever wiser.